What's up, everybody? My name is Jared Miller, and welcome to this part of the conversation I call the subtext. Last week, I was invited to explore the brand of Xarmony with my good friend, my brother, Dedrick Hicks Jr. on his channel. This was easily one of my favorite discoveries for the past year. I dare say maybe in the top 5 house discoveries for this past year. I thoroughly enjoyed every bit of the experience. As I referenced on the live stream, which I will try and link in this video, from the shipping to the packaging to the scent experience, Xarmony provided not just a memorable experience for me, but a very unique one. A very unique one indeed. I immediately noticed, quite literally, all the details, starting from the bag, your box, down to the fragrance blotters themselves. There was something unique about this brand that immediately stood out to me. And I felt this could not be a coincidence. There were too many details that seemed to align. And first glance, if I'm being quite honest, I immediately thought, this man has an appreciation for Asian culture. If you guys don't know, these fragrance blotters right here, these were one of the things that caught my eye the most before I even got to the scents. Why? Again, in reference to the Asian culture. Never mind the symbol there in the middle. This is actually a Japanese war fan. That's the base for his fragrance blotter. That's not by accident. That's a Japanese war fan. His use of various notes, like sake. I noticed there was a fragrance on his website. So I went back and I did look, because yes, I am genuinely interested in the brand. Lubu. Yosuke. These historical figures are not just happenstance or coincidence. He has an appreciation for the culture itself, not just per se food or fragrance, but the actual history. Because of those details and because of my own curiosity, I literally felt like I had to go and see for myself. What better way to do so than to go check out the man as he's fulfilling the samples from the orders the good folks in the Small Good family placed during the live stream, and so on. Trill had a series of live streams. I tuned in to Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday's live stream. And during that time, while he was filling orders, we managed to chop it up. And I feel like I got a better understanding of Trill for myself. During that time, we quite literally dove into everything from the Asian spice trades taking place on the Silk Road to Lubu, his various breeds of horses, and why it was so special. Him being a rider, the breed itself being so special, the red mane of the horse itself, the various ingredients chosen. We even, at one point in time, got into the history of Cleopatra. Whenever I hear a brand owner or witness a brand owner including details to this extent in their brand, I mean, quite literally, you guys see the X's there, right? Okay. When you place your order, the sample. The one I went over in the live stream, right? This is the X's. When you remove them from the box, that same symbol right there, perforated throughout this entire thing. When you fold those back out, forms that same X. Simple, but effective. These are all done by an indie niche brand owner, also perfumer. And I always think people are looking for variety, looking for unique storytelling, such and so forth. You can find these right here in your backyard, right in the US. Trill Noel. I don't think there was anything that he had covered in just these, because there's still one in there that I hadn't smelled just yet. Saving that for a later time. And yes, I am revisiting sooner rather than later. Trill, your attention for these details and the quality that you've put into your work is more than just a little noticeable. It's more than just a little noticeable. I love that you are willing to be transparent with the makeup of your brands, the makeup of your fragrances, the makeup of your products. Taking the opportunity to get to know you during those live streams that you hosted was a pleasure. It's very, very rare I get to delve into the truly nuanced discussions as far as fragrance is concerned. I mean, folks, we started quite literally dissecting some of the issues, comparisons to Eastern and Western markets, why it is that French perfumery has seemingly taken over the entire industry regardless of where you go. Meaning, you can be in, for instance, as we referenced in the live stream, you can be in Africa, you can be in Europe, you can be in Asia, but it's still overall everyone conforming to the French perfumery classical style. Part of Trill's motivation, part of his inspiration for this brand was trying to bring a broader conversation, a broader way of doing things, another school of thought, if you will, to the fragrance marketplace. He started delving into some of these concepts with some of those fragrances that I mentioned before. Yosuke, Lubu. I am very impressed by Yosuke. I mentioned it before in the live stream. I won't go too far into it, but again, not coincidental. For an indie niche perfume house, I am thoroughly impressed by the work that you've done so far. Thoroughly impressed. Thoroughly impressed. I cannot sit here and act like I speak for Dedrick, but I can speak for myself, and I think I can say with confidence that Dedrick also enjoys your products just as much as I do. For me, some of these details are just the use of the Japanese war fan as your fragrance blotter might be one of the more impressive details that I've seen utilized as far as a presentation. As far as a historical standpoint, stuff like this, the use of the ingredients. I looked up Lubu. I can't lie to you guys. I looked it up because I was all too curious. Oftentimes when you see perfumers add certain accords or to a fragrance and it just looks wild or crazy, it's a fantasy note, something that they're trying to illustrate to you. Lubu is from what I have read, a masculine, powerful, dominant fragrance, befitting the character himself. If you're unaware who Lubu is, you should probably look him up. If you have interest in this brand that is concerned. Me, Trill, I stated it before, I am a fan of the work that you have done, and I am looking forward to exploring even more. This house, if you are looking for an experience, skip that. I was looking for an experience. I found it. Xarmony. Trill Noel. I am impressed. I am impressed. I'm looking forward to whatever else you got in your house. I'm told you got 40 some odd different scents. That's a problem. That's a problem. Because I know I want at least 2 bottles. And that's just off the 4 that I smelled. You got 40. That in and of itself is impressive to me. Usually you start out with just a few fragrances. 40 plus in a repertoire is nothing to shake a stick at. That's quite nice indeed, Trill. I am impressed. Genuinely and thoroughly impressed. Again, keep in mind, folks, this is a small niche indie house. Folks, the context of this conversation is not done. But I felt I needed to go and connect with Trill and conversate with him and his faithful following of his live streams to see for myself. The live stream community is genuinely always been a home for me, and Trill's is no different. You can find him on IG, YouTube. I highly encourage anyone that wants to check out a brand doing something unique, different, but of quality, to check out Xarmony. For me, this was a true pleasure. I'm thankful for the experience. I'm thankful for the yet another invitation to a conversation, Dedrick. I much appreciate that. But this house is impressive. Y'all, this is only this iteration of the subtext. I'm looking forward to the next. Until then, folks, take care, be safe, and remember, keep it cool in these live streams. We are watching. I'll at y'all later.